Right now, more than 50 communities in Saskatchewan are under full or partial evacuation orders as more than 100 wildfires burn across the north of the province. As many as 13,000 people have been forced into emergency shelters. In just a few moments, we'll talk to one woman who is watching the flames inch closer and closer to her home. But first, CTV's Jill McIshon covering this story, and Jill is live from Prince Albert, just outside the Armory there. Jill, what a situation this is. Fill us in. What's the latest?
Well, yesterday the update said that the fire lines, the good news, Marcy, the fire lines were holding. That really just meant that the wind direction had changed, that it wasn't pushing the fires towards the towns, which gave firefighters a bit of an opportunity to reinforce their lines, to dig out and create berms, essentially, to keep the fire at bay. Because the fire in the L'Orange area was really as close as 2 kilometers to the town, which is why they had to evacuate that town, which is one of the largest in northern Saskatchewan. So, as you mentioned, more than 50 communities, 54 communities partially or fully evacuated in Saskatchewan now, and as many as 13,000 evacuees are spread across this province and neighboring Alberta.
Still very much a tenuous situation, Jill, and want to focus on the firefighters and the troops on the front lines and what they're up against. As you said, things are holding, but you never know when that could change.
Well, we expect that actually to change today when the wind direction changes. So these troops, more than 500 that have come from Alberta, couldn't have come soon enough. They received about 8 to 10 hours of training yesterday, basically the essentials in firefighting, and they're heading up north today. We've already seen one convoy leave early this morning. The rest of the soldiers are expected to depart shortly, and they will be up there really until the danger is over, until they can protect these communities and get the fires out. So they'll be working in conjunction with the firefighters on the ground, with the helicopters and water bomber pilots that have been working around the clock up in northern Saskatchewan already. And we did hear from fire officials here in Saskatchewan yesterday that even community volunteers, people in this province who have a little bit of firefighting capabilities, are being asked to contact the province to volunteer their services. So the firefight is a long way from over, really.
Long way from over, and everybody being asked to help. Meanwhile, thousands of residents evacuated out of their homes and not sure when they'll be able to come back, Jill.
Yeah, and they're getting a little bit testy. We've heard in Cold Lake, Alberta, where many of the L'Orange evacuees have been sent, that there's been some shortage of food. It was addressed yesterday on the media call. Some people say they aren't getting the essentials like blankets and clothing and such. But what they're trying to do is they're really trying to work as hard as they can to make sure that all the needs are fulfilled. So some are in evac centers, some are in hotels, some are staying with relatives. They're scattered all over. So the Red Cross is saying if you want to help evacuees, don't send clothing or blankets or toys for the children. Send money so they can help get the essentials to the evacuees. Here goes looks like the rest of the convoy is leaving now. So these guys are going up to the area just south of L'Orange, and they'll be working on the fire lines up there.
All right, CTV's Jill McIshon following the situation for us. Jill, in Prince Albert this morning, just outside the Armory, as personnel starts to move out, as she says. Jill, thank you so much.